TSA when we come back. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Last night, a little angel came pumping on the floor.
Webster Griffin Tarpley is going to be riding shotgun with us for the rest of this hour at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. You better believe the circus that is the TSA molestation as they try to impart this mass mental illness of paranoia that there are all these terrorists wanting to get us so they can then set the precedent to put TSA into every airport, every bus terminal, every train station, every highway, every mall, every school. It's all being announced. They're going to be everywhere. As we warned you, Big Sis is now laying it out. But I wanted to make this point before we go to Tarpley. There's all these articles out today. Airport security moving smoothly despite opt-out day. And the message is, you failed. People aren't trying to slow down the airports. Some have said that's their goal. The goal is to say no and not use your machines. But it's not just opt-out. We're saying don't put your hands on our genitals. Then it's, oh, we'll try to charge you $11,000. That's if you leave the area. So you sit there and you argue with them. You come 2 hours early. You educate them. You resist. Fox News, all of them are like, oh, go ahead and submit. Don't slow down the airports. NBC says 98% in the poll, love it. But other polls that are scientific show 61, 72, 96% against. On the street, it's got to be 90% against it, what I'm seeing. So there's this hoax because they know if they can make you submit to this, they can do anything. Now, already in El Paso a few months ago, they said everyone will be put to the naked body scanners. The TSA admits to Chicago Tribune. They plan on making everyone do it. And so, yes, during big peak times, they always open up the regular lanes and don't put everybody through the scanners. Most of the airports don't have them yet. Austin gets theirs next month. And I ain't going through, and nobody's putting their hands on my genitals. Got it? I'm not a terrorist. Your bosses that run this country staged the terror attacks. I've got the evidence. And you're funding the other extremist. The government's on record protecting the underwear bomber. Anwar al-Awlaki's hanging out at the Pentagon. Now, that's what they're doing. Number one, they lie. They say, you know, we're not putting our hands in your pants. They admit they are. There's no radiation danger. Liars, 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 liars. So them saying it isn't slowing it down. Then I've got other reports that the airports are locked up all over the country. A lot of it winter storms. They're just a pack of liars. So they can do whatever they want. It's not about security. It's about making you submit. We're going to Tarpley here in a moment. I first want to tell you about Diamond Gusset Jeans made in America. Our great sponsor, Diamond Gusset Jeans. It's gusset.com/America for the special offer. You've heard the commercial on the show, and I just love them. These jeans are so comfortable, you won't believe it. And they last a lot longer than Levi's, but they're very similar in their look. Once you try them, you won't want to wear anything else. Go to gusset.com/America today for a lot of their new specials. They have all sorts of jeans for men and women in all sizes. Whether you're working around the house, riding across town, they got motorcycle jeans, or just want to be comfortable, check out their site for all these new specials they're offering, gusset.com/America. Gusset, GUSSET.com/America. Continuing, I want to tell you about eFoodsDirect.com. The letter E, foodsdirect.com. Big banners up on Infowars.com. They've got a holiday special of these produced in America, high-quality, fresh, storable foods. They got gourmet lines, raw lines, special diet lines. They got it all and the best prices, and they're patriots. eFoodsDirect.com. They got a free holiday special running where for the holidays, you buy 2 of any of their holiday packs, and get a 5-week supply of easy-to-get meals. And when you order 2 or more of these specials, you get free shipping on your entire order, and that's the biggest cost in buying storable food is the shipping. Free shipping, off-the-charts good, eFoodsDirect.com, or 800-409-5633, 800-409-5633, eFoodsDirect.com. Wonderful, wonderful folks. And lastly, I want to tell you about the Renewtech Solutions is offering the ultimate knife at the ultimate price, the Fox Karambit. As a result of the $10 off ad on the G10 Karambit, we're now back ordered for the next 3 to 5 weeks. Get your order in now for the first come, first serve. I'm going to show you the Karambit here. I'm holding it in my hand. and you can get it in line for Christmas holiday delivery season. You need the Ultimate Knife, the Fox Karambit knife. Also, for the first 20 orders, they will also include for free a keychain 650 nanometer red laser pointer that's valued at $25. That will go for 500 yards distance at night. Get them while they have them. TheUltimateKnife.com. TheUltimateKnife.com. Banner up on Infowars.com. Okay, let's go ahead. And I'm going to show you the knife here in my hand. Just an awesome Talon-style knife. Find out why it's so special at TheUltimateKnife.com. And it is the sponsors that make this radio transmission possible. We're very, very thankful to them. Now going to Webster Griffin Tarpley of Tarpley.net. He's an economist. He has a doctorate in history. He also features widely in Fall of the Republic and the Obama Deception, our upcoming eugenics film. And Webster Griffin Tarpley, I wanted to get him on China announcing in their big Chinese daily, ChinaDaily.com. China, Russia yesterday agreed to quit the dollar in all their inter-country transactions with each other. We've got the North Korean situation, which looks like a provocation on my end. I'm not defending North Korea. They're monsters. But well, let's get Tarpley's view on this and then the TSA. Webster, good to have you here with us.
Thank you, Alex. Maybe I could just say first, concerning this circus, as you say, in the airports, just two facts to remember that might have gotten lost after all these months. You remember a couple of days after Muttalib was nabbed on Christmas Day, we had this guy, Richard Wolff, this effete British fellow who talks to Olbermann on MSNBC, and he came out and said, my sources in the White House tell me that this incident was deliberately created. And then he said, we think to make Obama look bad. But the heart of the analysis was correct. The incident was deliberately created, and that was on MSNBC cable news within a week or 10 days after the incident had occurred. And then, of course, it was covered up. But there was a moment where even the Obama White House realized that the rogue network had created this. The second thing is, in actual hearings in front of a House committee, Patrick Kennedy, the Deputy Secretary of State for Consular Affairs for visas, said that there was an interagency task force meeting, and the State Department had come forward and said, we've given a visa to Muttalib, but we'd like to revoke it. We want to take it away from him because he's now in Yemen and he's going to different terror camps and so forth. So we want to take the visa away. And the answer came from an unnamed agency, still unnamed as far as I know, saying, no, don't touch him. We've got eyes on him. We're following him. He's a little fish. He'll lead us to the big fish. It's essential that you not take his visa away. Of course, if you took the guy's visa away, he couldn't get on the plane, and therefore no incident, no circus, no hysteria, and no opportunity for Chertoff to go on television and say, now it's time for these full-body scanners and so forth. So this was a manufactured incident, and people should remember this, that there's no basis for what they're doing. We don't need body scanners. We need mold detectors. We've got to have mold detectors installed at the FBI and the National Security Agency and the National Security Council and throughout the government, right? Mold detectors to know if people are actually government officials trying to do a job or whether they're loyal to some shadowy rogue network going back to God knows what, to 9/11, to the Kennedy assassination, the Gulf of Tonkin, and all the other things that we've seen over the past decade.
Well, Webster, where do you see all of this going?
Well, it's again, we look back to the 1930s. You can see this three-phase process, right? Depression, economic depression, followed by dictatorship, followed by world war. And the big problem we have right now is we're in the depression phase, but we can see the dictatorship elements gathering and becoming stronger in the society. And the problem with that is once you get into the dictatorship phase, it's almost impossible to stop the third phase, which is the world war phase, because that's where it ultimately leads. The political forces that could have stopped World War II had been destroyed in places like Germany and Italy during the dictatorship phase. So I think the the ultimate thing is the only way to fight this is you've got to get out of the depression. You've got to have a broad-based economic recovery, a return to full employment, a return to prosperity, a return to expanding standards of living. Because if you don't do that, the forces in the society pushing towards police states become overwhelming. Just one example, we got this fraud closure crisis going on. Talk about the sanctity of private property. Yeah, there should be that, and there should be the rule of law. But right now we have a zombie banker can come with fake paperwork and essentially steal your house with the help of a robo-judge and a robo-signer and a bunch of corrupt
that's
paperwork.
the issue, is that there's almost, in history in these cycles, a time when the ruling class just goes insane, hire secret police to stick their hands down your pants and train you to submit. Started with the Nazis saying, "Papers, please," and ended with women and children stripped, being marched into holes and their heads being blown off, into pits. And, banks just stealing everything, taxes going up. Look at Ireland. They're now openly saying, we want foreign banks to run Ireland. That's the best way. So the banks that have engineered their collapse are now being praised as the solution. Economic conquest is sold as if it's some type of wonderful thing. And no one stops the crazy elites. And then they're just going to drive us into a chutzpah or arrogance or bravado-filled World War III. I guess that's it.
Certainly in the case of Ireland, if you have a government that comes forward with an austerity plan that consciously and deliberately says they're going to destroy 12% of the gross national product of Ireland in the year 2011.
Yeah. Just to be clear, they say we're going into receivership to foreign banks. That was in Reuters with government officials saying we believe foreign banks should run us. This is now just brazen. We are sellouts. We are tyrants. And the banks that are taking over are the ones that engineered it. That's why they were brought into the EU, so they could do this raping. And next is Portugal. Next is